injured in the line of duty, we become greatly concerned today. Unfortunately, we had 2 officers who were shot while responding to a call of shots fired. And we also had an officer, a SWAT member, injured in an auto accident while responding to the call. So I'm going to give you kind of a general overview, and then I'm going to ask Chief Payson to come and give the specifics regarding the officers. Director Riggs may have a few words as well. And we also have the medical director for Denver Health with us, Kevin McVaney, who will also speak and begin to ask questions to the extent that he can in terms of the condition of the officers. At 11:41 this morning, we received a call on regarding shots fired. Officers responding they responded about 12, a little after 12, and found 1 casing on the sidewalk. At 1:29, shots were fired at officers as they were approaching the Inca address. Ambulance were called to transfer. These officers were pulled to safety by their fellow officers on the scene. At 1:46, we also issued a reverse 911 call to shelter in place. We still have an evolving situation at 6th and Inca. I'll let Chief Payson talk about that as best he can with regards to the police activity on site. We want to just ask everyone in Denver, of course, to keep these officers in their prayers while they are being administered to. I will also say that when there is a trauma, there's no better place to respond to or to be brought to than Denver Health Medical Center. With that, let me turn it over to Chief Payson to give the specifics regarding the officers. Chief?
Thank you, Mayor. Today, you receive a phone call that you never want to receive. 2 of your officers shot in the line of duty. Thankfully, they were brought here to Denver Health Medical Center, and they are receiving the best care in the world. They are in fair condition as we speak, but let me be clear that this is an ongoing and active situation in the 600 block of Inca. We need to make sure that the community knows to shelter in place and avoid that area until this situation is resolved. We are grateful that our officers are okay. We expect them to make a full recovery, and we are thankful for the community's support in keeping our city safe. I'm going to get out of the way. Kevin.
Well, once again, I just want to say thank you for being here. I also want to acknowledge Dr. McVaney, who is here from Denver Health. Outstanding service today provided and really helping our officers get through the grief as well. I want to echo what the mayor said about to keep these individuals in their prayer. Also keep those SWAT team members and officers at the scene in your prayers as well for a safe resolution to this. I don't want to say much. I want to say this, though. 30 years ago, I took an oath of office as a police officer, as a young man ready to hit the streets, and I saw them today, and I thought about my time as an officer. And something I've learned over 30 years is that uniform that Denver police officers wear represents the norms of this community. This community has asked them to go to the streets and to protect them. That uniform represents our city. So when 2 officers are attacked, our city's attacked. And we certainly want to say thanks to the city for their support and how they've already reached out, and I'm sure will continue to reach out in the future. Thank you.
So, unfortunately, it takes a terrible situation like this for us to sometimes exercise every component of Denver's public safety system. Today was just a perfect example of Denver Police, Denver Fire, Denver Paramedics, and Denver Health coming together to provide just rapid and exceptional care. So it is a terrible day, but it is a great day to know kind of what we have in Denver is very special.
So we can open up for question and answer, but let me once again ask the city to pray for our officers. Again, these officers were doing their duty and responding to a call regarding shots fired, and it's unfortunate that they came under fire themselves. So let's open it up for question and answer, but please keep them and their families in your prayers at this time.
What can you tell us about the nature of the injuries to these 2 officers?
So, given the fact this is also fresh, there's no details that we can divulge about the nature of the injuries. They're both in fair condition.
Would you go into detail about what fair condition means?
So, fair condition is that they are expected, I'm starting right. Fair condition means that we have every anticipation that they will recover, but it's way too early to tell.
Chief, can you tell us how long maybe they've been on the force, their general age, gender, like a little bit about the officers?
So we have a veteran officer and we have a brand new officer that were involved in this situation. They demonstrated great courage in responding to this type of call in the first place. And I also want to call out the heroic efforts by the rest of the officers who pulled them safely from this scene. They put themselves in harm's way to help their brothers resolve this situation.
Are they both men?
Both male officers.
Okay, and then what about the SWAT officer? Are they okay?
So we had a SWAT officer that was responding to this scene and unfortunately was involved in a serious automobile accident, and he is in good condition as well.
Good. What can you say about the suspect?
We cannot give any information about the suspect at this time.
Have you been called to that house before?
Again, we cannot share that information at this time.
Chief, did you get to interact with the officer?
I was able to interact with one of the officers, and he's in great spirits considering what just happened.
How about their families? How are they doing right now?
So, you heard how difficult it is for us, our team, to get that call. Imagine if this is your family, your spouse, your parents, your siblings. It's a very difficult call, and they are doing great.
What happens next as far as the investigation down there, since it's still happening?
So,
right?
very active situation. We have our resources out there trying to resolve this in as safe a manner as possible. We want safety for everybody, including the person that did this. We want to make sure that we can get them out in a safe manner. And safety of the community is very important for us. We've contained the situation, and we are hoping to resolve this in the safest manner possible.
I don't want to
Guys,
tip your
that's going to
hat
be
or
it for
anything.
now, Lance. Guys, we will provide you with updates when we can and as they become available. We really appreciate your time. Okay, thank you.